Hello, fellow Bills fans. Sean Rogers, Realtor and lead of the Mr. Rogers Homes team. Did you know that real estate is one of the best ways to build wealth? And right now is one of the best times to own an investment property in Arizona? Please reach out to me. I'd be more than happy to answer any of your questions so we can take the next step to your financial freedom here in the Valley of the Sun utilizing real estate. As always, God bless America and go Buffalo!
What's going on? What's going on? Happy Friday. This is Tailgate Talk. My name is Mike. My partner in crime is Tommy. How you doing, Tommy?
What up, Mr. Mikey? First of all, how you doing, brother? And how are those fires? Are they simmering down?
The fires? The fires are getting better. We had a slight rain last night here in Northern California, which helped. The smoke is starting to clear out from the valley, which means one of two things. Either A, it's going away from me and I'm not getting all the smoke, or they're starting to get contained. I haven't followed them as closely as I probably should have, but in my area, it's been nice outside, and we got a little bit of rain last night, which was nice, and things look to be better.
Good. Very good.
Well, happy game week, finally. So we got a game in 2 days.
Golly, man. Doesn't it feel like freaking forever for the NFL to roll back around, man? Like, I love other sports, but my God, like, football is my passion. Buffalo Bills are my passion, and it just takes forever. But man, thank God, bro. Thank God. I honestly can't even believe it that it's 2 days away, right? Like, it's freaking believable. I'm already prepared. I got my Labatt Blue in the fridge.
Nice.
And my wings are gonna be on the table with ranch. No, I'm just joking. Blue cheese, of course.
I am not
like, this motherfucker.
No, I am not doing wings. It's 10 a.m. kickoff time on the West Coast, so I'll be doing homemade biscuits and gravy. And then for dinner, I'm gonna channel my inner Greg Thompson, and I'm going with a tri-tip with some grilled shrimp, some mashed potatoes, and some asparagus, I think.
Oh, man, I don't know, man. You got to do it right with wings, Mikey. I'm sorry, brother. I like it. It sounds good. But, man, Mike,
not week one.
Wings. The tables. Are you going through a table? Is somebody throwing you through a table?
I am not going through a table.
Mikey.
Dude, I am 40 years old. I do not need, and I am out of shape. I do not need to be going through a table.
I'm actually thinking about it. I'm actually thinking about throwing myself at a table. Now, if I'm not here to do a show next Friday, you understand why. Okay.
I'm just telling you. Let me chop up over here in the chat. Looks like we have our regulars in the house. We have Rick Rarick. We have Matthew Harmon, who became a member to hashtag. So thank you, Matthew. Going on through here.
Scott, I know Scott. I've seen Scott in many.
Yep, Scott Blakely's in the house.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be a fun show. I mean, we've had shows all week long from all the different Bills content creators talking about, the game review. It'll be interesting. I've heard a lot of different takes now. I've agreed with some, haven't agreed with all, as everybody. So, but I you know how it goes. It's
I know how it goes.
You have those people who think the Bills are going to walk into the stadium and route them like we routed the Dolphins. Oh, you're one of them? Okay, so when we get to our game prediction, I kind of have an idea what to expect.
All right.
Okay, I am more of the, half glass full type of guy. I do believe we're going to win. I believe it's going to be a boxing match like Josh thought. And, we'll pull away in the second half. But we'll get there. In time, we'll get there. So it'll be fun times.
Well, Matthew says there's a 52% chance of storms. What do you know? I am shocked. I am shocked.
What?
Does that happen in Buffalo? There's storms and bad
There's
weather happen there.
There's bad weather in Buffalo.
What? Is there winds as well?
Oh God.
Golly. Good old Buffalo.
Yes, Brian. I do agree. Biscuits and gravy for breakfast watching the game is the way to go. That absolutely, and it's biscuits and gravy made from scratch. My grandpa taught us. He was an Italian chef. He learned it from one of his grandparents from back east, and it's just been a family recipe that's fallen down through the ways. And oh God, it's one of my favorite things to eat. Takes about an hour to make, and
I don't hate it. I don't hate it. I got my tradition, man. I got my tradition. I don't see nobody making biscuits at the tailgating. I'm just saying. I could be wrong.
I'm also on the West Coast, though. I'm not going to wake up at 10 o'clock and eat wings.
Come on, Mikey, do it. Do it for tailgate talk. Golly, biscuits.
Speaking of tailgate talk, tomorrow is #sports golf event, and Tailgate Talk is sponsoring a hole and the long drive competition. So I hope a lot of our viewers are going out to hang out with Paul and Mario and doing a great thing. The charity golf tournament is for a fantastic cause. For I believe it's M25 Farms is where all the proceeds are going. So make sure you get out there. Give Paul and Mario a hard time for us, and have a good time. Swing those clubs. So let's see who the long drive is. I didn't get a chance to tell you, Tommy. We went ahead and sponsored a hole and the long drive competition.
Oh, okay. Nice.
So,
All right.
So, anyways, let's kind of dive in.
By the way, I know nothing about golf. I'm not going to sit here and tell you I know anything about golf. I'm terrible at golf. So, good luck to Mario, Paul. I don't know who. What are they doing exactly? Is it like the winner gets what?
There's all kinds of prizes. There's all kinds of prizes and stuff that they have. They went out and got. I think they purchased. I think they have about 40 people showing up from the RSVP. I believe they're doing. There's 10 teams of 4. Each team will get a jersey, and I'm not sure how they're deciding who in the team. There's one jersey per team. And then went out and got like the Josh Allen, Wyoming jersey and a bunch of things like that. So it's for a great cause. A lot of donations. I know Mr. Roger Holmes was really big in sponsoring this as well.
Oh, nice.
And they went out and got a bunch of sponsors for each hole. And I believe the last I heard they were about 3/4 way done. So we went ahead and sponsored the hole to help out.
Nice.
And they have a lot of cool stuff. They have the long drive. I believe they have a closest to the pin, things like that. And I'm not sure about.
Yeah, knowing me, I go out there. If I was in it, I know myself. I would deck myself out in like 1960 golf wear. Like I would look so dangerous, and then I would be so horrible. Like I would be the guy that'd be like, wow, this guy is probably legit. And I would be god awful. But yeah, luckily I'm not there. Sorry.
Oh yeah. So yeah, it'll be a good time. So for those that are going to be out there, make sure that you guys give Paul and Mario a hard time for us, because I'm on the West Coast. I won't be there. Let's go ahead and jump into the injury report. McDermott came out and gave us the injury report today. Sanders with his foot is limited or questionable. I believe he's been questionable almost all of training camp with the foot.
Yes.
So I have a feeling he's going to play. He'll just, I have a feeling we're going to see a lot of, Davis as well. But
Emmanuel Foot Sanders. That's the nickname.
Yep.
Oh,
yep. And then the big one, Star is going to be out.
Killing me, man. That hurts, man. That one. Because I really, really was excited to have him back in the lineup, man. Mm-hmm. That was key to like Ed Oliver like having another better season. Now I think it's just going to be for the week 1. I think they're just going to hold him back. But golly, man, come on, buddy.
Well, I mean, he didn't practice all week, so it wasn't even like it was up to a game day decision or anything like that. Like he was full on just not available this week.
That sounds like an injury for a guy that hasn't played in a while. That would get. I'm just saying, like he hasn't played in a long time. Yeah, like that's like something like, you know what I mean? He's really hasn't played in like 2 years, right? So he got back. Then he had the COVID thing, right? And then he missed time for that. And then in the calf strain. Then he played game 2 for Chicago. Probably aggravated
no, game 3.
there.
I don't even think he played game 2. I think he just played game 3.
Was it game 3? Okay, then he aggravated it probably there. Like, golly, man. Like we really
man. Brian comes out, and I think this is right. I like his point here. He thinks Harrison Phillips is going to play in his place. McDermott in his press conference today had talked about the first 2 people he said was Phillips and Zimmer. It's funny because he didn't talk about Butler. I didn't hear about Butler. And I know Bean talked about Butler a little bit, and I know Leslie Frazier talked about Butler a little bit, and they said, he played out of position last year. He's not really a 1 tech. He's more of a 3 tech. So it makes me think that it's going to be Zimmer and Phillips at the 1 tech, and it's going to be Oliver and Butler at the 3 tech.
Yeah. And I'm glad Phillips is back, man, because he had a hell of a preseason.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I had him on my roster bubble because, honestly, he was killing me the last 2 seasons. He couldn't stay healthy. Thank God it's not that big of an injury. Obviously, he's back. And I love Zimmer, man. I do, man. I think that guy has a hell of a motor, bro. So, yeah, I'm cool with that. If Butler, doesn't suit up for this one, I'm good with talking.
Yep, and then talking about injuries on the other side, it's Tuitt. Is that how you say his last name? Their defensive tackle, Stephon Tuitt, is going to be out. He's out for like the first 4 weeks this year. He has a knee problem. And when I think of the Steelers defense, I think of Cam Hayward. I think of TJ Watt. I think of Mika Fitzpatrick. I think of Devin Bush. Stephon Tuitt's not someone who is just like that popular guy you come to. But I was listening to this guy's coverage last night, and they were talking about it over on Cover One, and they started spitting out some stats of what he did last year. And he had 12 and a half sacks from the defensive tackle position. He had 71 pressures, which is up there with all the elite defensive ends. No,
that's a hell of a season. They're going to miss him for sure.
Yeah. When they said that he was out, I was like, okay, they lost one of their D tackles. And I know he's good. I didn't realize he was putting up that kind of numbers.
Yeah.
So losing him is a big deal too. So we lost one of ours. They lost one of theirs. And we'll see how this plays out.
Yep. And hopefully our offensive line holds up, man, because TJ Watt's playing. I'm telling you, I mean, listen, Pittsburgh, the one thing about Pittsburgh, they always bring it. Like, defensively, they always bring it. Their coach is a hell of a coach. I'm not going to knock their coach at all. But yeah, I mean, we'll see how our offensive line handles versus their defensive front. You know what I mean? We'll see. Game 1, man. That's a test. Or I'll tell you right away. That's a great week 1 test for this offensive line. If you want to test out and see how our offensive line is going into the season, here it is. This is your test.
Right.
Because I don't think the Dolphins are going to bring it like Pittsburgh. Now, Washington, when we get to them, that's another test. They're no joke on D either, man. But this is a good test. I like it.
All right, so I'm not sure if it's Mario or Paul that's in the chat right now, but they asked me to talk a little bit about the 1 tech, 3 tech. So the 1 tech, for those that don't know, is the big body that eats all the bodies. They take on the double teams and allows your linebackers and your 3 tech to crash. The 3 tech is your penetrator. So the difference between the 1 tech, 3 tech is also where they line up. One is in the 1 gap, one is in the 3 gap, and that's where it comes from. When you look at the holes, you have your 9, 6, 3, 1, so on, and as you move through, the zeros over the nose guard, and then it goes hole by hole. So I want to make sure that I caught that for those that don't know what it is.
Now you know.
Now you know. And if you really want to know, let's make sure we get Mario and Paul in here, and they can really explain it much better in the X and O's. I know enough to be dangerous, but not as much as they do.
Yeah, man, they are like they got like their Bible of X's and O's, man.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Mario played in college and stuff, so, and being an ex-quarterback, he kind of understands all the little nuances. My days of football ended in high school, and then I went to the Army. So, I love it. I could talk it all day long. Really, I learned most of my football knowledge because I went to a very small high school that didn't have a great program in Northern California, and most of my football knowledge came from Madden. Let's be perfectly honest. That's where I learned most of my football knowledge was from Madden.
So you didn't do like the Al Bundy thing? You weren't like, 6 touchdowns in one game?
No. You
don't have your jersey still, your old jersey you wear once in a while?
No, none of that. My high school days are in high school.
Okay.
I was a quarterback. I played, quarterback. I was a starting quarterback, freshman through junior year, senior year. They brought in we jumped divisions, and they had to transfer in from a second team all conference in our area, and I became the backup.
Polkai there.
It happens. It happens.
Polkai. Yeah, Rick said it. Polkai. That's where Bundy went.
Yeah. That is wonderful. That is wonderful. Oh, we could talk about, do we think the Steelers overpaid Watt? That's a lot of money.
Listen, man, I think it's fair. I'll be honest with you, man. I think, listen, the NFL, their contracts are getting bigger and bigger. You're going to say that now, but let's say next year when the next guy gets paid, or the year after, $30 million more, it's never ending. This is the way the NFL works. Go back in the history of time on contracts when they were like, oh my God, I can't believe the contract. And bro, now like players like that aren't even probably starting are getting those contracts. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, look at Jim Kelly's contract compared to Josh Allen. It's probably night and day, right? It's just the way it works, man. The league's making more money, right? The contracts are getting higher, and right, the stations are paying more. Yeah.
This is why Brandon Beane has gone out and spent high round draft picks on rookie deals, so he doesn't have to pay someone $100 million at the end when you're paying your quarterback, 280.
Well, I see. I'll go with that with running back. Like I always, to me, I think you'd never pay a running back. Like I think you draft one when their time's up. You go ahead and draft one again. Like that's my thinking. But like top players, like defensive, like Trey White, I thought was that's a great deal. You can't just go and draft another Trey White. You know what I mean? Like there's certain positions you have to, bro. Quarterback, you have to pay. Wide receiver, like I don't mind if Stephon Diggs paying him. I mean, look what he did. So there's certain positions I don't mind, but running back, I just feel like they only have a certain amount of time, man, before, you know what I mean? There's only so many Adrian Petersons out there that could play like forever and still put up decent yards, right? So
yeah,
that's how I feel. I mean, look at Elliott. I mean, I think they way overpaid for him. He's not worth the contract.
Okay.
In my opinion, he's just not.
Twitter went a buzz today about Elliott and his, carries. Elliott put on a clinic last night of how a running back protects his quarterback.
Yes.
Listen, anybody who thinks Elliott is just a diva, he put that to rest last night. That guy put in the hard work and just stayed in all night long and put on a masterclass of how you pick up blitzes. He didn't wait for him to come to him. He went up in the hole. He found out who it was, and he smashed him in the face over and over and over. Like I have Elliott in one of my fantasy leagues, and it kills me that he didn't get the carries, and I think he will, and he'll show as a running back. But man,
Tampa has a good defense, though.
He impressed me last night with his pass blocking skills.
You know what I liked on one of his blocks, man? They showed him like he wasn't just waiting for like the DT to come after a linebacker. I think it was a linebacker. I'm not sure, but he like went at him. You know what I mean? Like he wasn't holding back and waiting for him to rush. He just went straight up like at him, man. And they're like, damn, bro, like that dude wasn't playing last night, man. He was definitely blocking, but they got to block for Dak though. Like I almost guarantee that was that was big in the offseason for them, like in training camp to really block Dak even more. Like, because bro, you don't want that's their money man now. Think about it, right? So hell yeah, I guarantee
times last night. He threw 68 times last night.
Right. Right. And he had a hell of a game. He started off a little slow. I thought his passes were like weird, like very they died, you know what I mean? But as the game went on, I felt like he got on a
he hadn't played in a long time either.
That's what I mean.
He got hurt early last year.
Yeah, I'll give him credit. Yeah, I'll give him credit. 100%. I didn't expect that. I'll be dead honest, man. I thought I didn't expect that from Dak. So hey, good for them, man. They lost.
It was a great game. I knew Brady was going to win it. You know, I knew
too much time.
When they gave him a minute 30 left, I knew that was going to happen.
Too much time.
You know, brother. I mean, and it was vintage Brady. It wasn't like Brady chucking it down the field like Josh would do. It was check down. You know, hit Gronk for 15. You know, hit a back shoulder fade, in field goal range, kick it. The end. It's just like
it is. Yeah. Well, I mean, dude, he's been doing it for what, 20-something years.
Prevents you from winning.
I would have blitzed his ass. I'm sorry. A quarterback like that, man, just bring the house. I mean, I know it's a bad thing because you can get beat like that, but bro, I mean, he's gonna beat you if you play prevent. It's just gonna happen.
Yeah,
I think you take more of a chance you to rush him, man. Bring the house and you hope that he makes a mistake, you know? I mean, look what the Giants, I mean, I'll give you an example. Like the Giants did that in both Super Bowls. They really blitzed the hell out of them. Philly did a great job in that too. They rushed the hell out of him. So he doesn't like that, you know, and I'm hoping we do that this season when we play him in Tampa.
Yeah. I don't want to talk too much about him. When I talk about Brady, it angers me. He was. What's nice. I'll be perfectly honest. It was nice to watch Brady do to the NFC what he's done to us for the last 20 years. He's someone else's problem.
Yeah, no doubt. Get the hell out of our division.
Get out of our conference. Go mess with them over there. But anyways, let's move on over to more of the Bills. So we talked about the injury reports. Let's go ahead and talk about Bills offense versus the Steelers defense. What are you expecting to see from the Bills offense coming out?
I expect exactly what you saw in the third preseason game. Heavy passing right off the bat. I don't think we're going to run maybe 5 carries in the first half. I'm dead serious. I think they're going to go ham on passing. I think they're going to have 4 or 5 receiver sets. They're going to want to get on Pittsburgh early, and I think that's what's going to happen, man. I think Buffalo's going to score fast and often, and I think Pittsburgh's going to get deep in a hole where they're just not going to be able to run. Like that's how I see this game going, man. I really do. I think Pittsburgh's going to get down fast, really fast. And they're going to have to counter, man. And I don't think Ben not that I don't think, I know he's not the same Ben. So, and I think with this pass rush, man, they're in trouble, man. I really do believe they're in trouble. And so I think our offense, they're going to have a tough time, man. Covering 4 or 5 receivers, and most of our receivers are I think we have the best receivers in the league. I just do. I don't see how they're going to cover everybody. That's the problem.
I agree there very much, and I like what Brian says here, where he says he expects Josh to come out and just light him up from the start. I very much agree. When we look at what they had last year, and we take the game plan from last year, they don't have the corners that they had last year. They've lost a couple, you know. Sutton's is it Sutton? No, there's 2 other ones that left. There's 2 of them that left. and I can't think of their names off the top of my head right now, that are gone that started for him last year. So I believe Sutton was the nickel that now is being kicked out, but they don't have a nickel currently on the roster.
There is the other guy. Forget his name. He went.
They have Joe Hayden and Minka and Edmonds' brother, Terrell Edmonds, I think it is. And then, but that's great if they want him. If we ran, 2 wide receivers, 2 tight ends, and a back, but we don't run that.
Right.
What we do is we go out and we spread them out. We spread them out with 4 or 5 wide receivers. They don't have enough cover guys to be able to cover everyone. So you're telling me you're going to put 1-on-1 with Gabe Davis or Cole Beasley or Emmanuel Sanders?
Right. They lost Steven Nelson, by the way. That's the other.
It's Nelson. Okay, yeah. Steven Nelson was one that they lost, and I believe there was one more that went to that they cut that went to Cleveland, because there was 2 of them that left. I know that. Yeah,
I just, like you said, I don't. Okay, I just don't see how they're going to. I'll be dead honest. I just don't see how they're going to cover every receiver we get. Listen, Gabe Davis is going to have a hell of a season. I'm telling you right now. If you picked him up in fantasy, great. Good job for you, because I expect 1,000 yards from him. I do. Man. I think Gabe Davis is ready for a breakout, man, and that's great. And I think Cole's a tough cover too, man. I just don't see how they're going to do it. I really don't, and that's why I think we got to stay the same. We know we're a pass-heavy team. That's what our offense is built on. Go for it. Don't change it up, man. I'm not saying don't run the ball at all, because we're going to have to. And I think Singletary is actually going to have a good season. And so this game, I still see Singletary getting almost 100 yards, but I think he's going to be used primarily in the third quarter, fourth quarter. That's when we're going to start boom, boom, boom. And they're going to be dead tired, man, from running up and down. Think about it. Their defense is going to be on that field. So crazy, bro. The first half. Yeah, dude, I think Singletary will finish it up.
Sorry,
my buddy. I was just about to say, my buddy Mikey is in a draft, by the way, you guys. So if you see him looking down, it's because he's drafting.
Not just a draft. I'm in the hashtag Thunderdome draft. So Paul set this up, and he knew I was going to be live, and he thought it was funny that I'll be doing it while on here. So I'll be distracted.
Yeah. First draft, I'm guessing first pick is Tom Brady.
Tom Brady first pick. No, I played in the hashtag Thunderdome last year with everybody, and it was a good time. They all knew what they were doing. There was a few people in there. I think there was 20 of us last year, and there was a few that quit halfway through. But for the most part, it was fun. It was a good time. They knew what they were doing. Unfortunately, I picked McCaffrey. I had the first overall pick last year. I picked McCaffrey, and imagine that. He gets hurt right off the bat.
Yikes. Why I don't pick running back first.
Yeah, I know. But I had the first pick, and it was 20 people, and it's Snake. So the next one I got was 40. There wasn't going to be any running backs left.
Yeah, that's tough. It's tough. You guys got a lot of people in there.
So moving on over, let's talk a little bit about the Steelers offense versus the Bills defense. What are you expecting? Are you expecting them to try to come back now that they have Najee and they drafted a few? Because they think they have 2 rookie offensive linemen on there, and then they have a second-year guy and a free agent. Are you expecting them to come out and try to pound it, or you think they'll go to that quick pass they had last year?
No. I think they're going to try to showcase Najee early. But like I said earlier, I think they're going to get so behind so quickly that they're not going to really be able to showcase him too much. I just don't see a lot of carries. I don't. And I think what happened last season was him getting the ball out early. He has to. Can't hold the ball long anymore. It's not the same Ben, right? He can't stand back there, break tackle. I mean, that's what we remember, but that's not who he is anymore. So getting the ball out early, I think teams eventually got onto that short, quick. And he had I think the shortest yards per pass or something like. He was bad, bro. Did you know? Also, I think he was the worst quarterback in play action pass last season, which is rare. They say his numbers went down instead of up. Normally, quarterbacks, on a play action goes higher, and his went lower. So clearly he was doing something wrong there towards the end of the season. So no, man, I don't. I think we're gonna chew them up, man. I think we're gonna bring the blitz, man. I think we're gonna. I think they're in trouble, man. I don't see this game being close. I don't. I know you see differently, but I don't.
Well, I do, and I don't foresee them trying. I see them trying to run the ball early. I don't think they're going to be able to. I don't have a lot of faith in that offensive line to be clicking week 1 with 5 new starters.
By the way, that offensive line, by the way, was 31st last season.
Well, it's not even the same guys. They have 5 new starters. All their named people. Pouncey retired. DeCastro was released, and I think he's gonna retire. And Villanueva is, I believe, on the Ravens now. Right. So, and then you have 2 rookies, a second-year guy, and I think two free agents that they brought in. And it's gonna take time to click. They have a new offensive coordinator as well. So
that's not good either, bro. Never good.
Where my concern lies is much like where their concern lies. If they run 5 wide receiver sets, we don't have 5 corners that can cover.
I'm not worried about the receivers. Who are you worried about? Juju? Juju's going to get lit up.
He's still a solid receiver.
He's going to get lit up. You don't remember what he did?
Okay. I remember what he did.
They circled Juju. I'm not worried about Juju. Juju actually had not that great of a season last season. I'm not saying he's a bad receiver, but it wasn't like they went out and signed him right away and they gave him this big contract. They were hesitant on bringing Juju back. It wasn't like, you know what I mean? We have to get Juju back. I think the other receivers, was it Claypool?
Claypool.
I think he has more upside than Juju. I think Juju. Yeah, bro. No, I'm not worried about Juju. Juju can dance all he wants. Like I said, we're gonna light him up. I cannot wait for him to get his first hit on Micah down the middle, because he's gonna do a stupid dance, I'm sure, and he's gonna pay for it. If he's not, he's gonna already pay for it what he did last season. So trust me, I'm not worried about the receivers. I'm just not.
Okay.
I think you're underestimating Levi.
No, I just know how many they have. That when you start looking at their receivers, it's not just Juju. They have Juju. They have Deontay Johnson. They have Chase Claypool. They have James Washington.
But didn't they have the same receivers pretty much last season?
Yeah.
Okay, so what happened? They didn't light us up on 4 or 5. You're saying the new OC is going to all of a sudden...
They dropped a ton of balls last year.
Right, but that's not exactly my point. So how great can they be? I'm not worried about the receivers. I'm sorry. I disagree. I do not think that's we need to worry about the receiver set. If anything, hold down the running back, hold down Najee early, get them off the field 3 and out, and then let the offense go to work and score. And then they're going to get so behind. Like I said, man, I just don't see them. I don't see him scoring more than 13 points, man. I think 13 is their cap, bro. I do. I think our defense is. I think our defense is going to show out this season. I really, truly believe that, man. Now that listen, our edge rushers, so the vets, you got Jerry Hughes, Mario Addison, the guys that kind of fizzled out later in the season. Well, especially Addison. I thought Hughes actually played. I'll take that back. I thought Hughes actually stepped up towards the later of the season. But Addison for sure fizzled out because he was too tired. He admitted it. So now that we're doing the rotation with the young guys and AJ looking like a beast, man. We're a different team, man. We are a totally different team, especially on the edge. So you're going to see it first thing Sunday when you're waking up with your biscuits and gravy or whatever your chicken and biscuits, whatever you're eating. And yeah, I mean, enjoy it, Mikey, because it's going to be Sack City.
I hope so. I really do. I really hope that we wake up and it's just an onslaught of the Bills just putting the Steelers in the grave. I would love to see it. I'd love to see a rout and not have to have any stress on Sunday morning in week 1. But it's week 1, and week 1 always scares me. Last year we struggled with the Jets in week 1. So let's see how it goes down. I think I value Pittsburgh's offense more than you value Pittsburgh's offense. I don't think their defense can stop us as long as our bookends are stopping TJ Watt and we are doing our work on Cam Hayward. I think the offense is going to be fine. I don't think that secondary can hold us. I really don't.
Right. Yeah. I mean, like I said, if anything, you're going to worry about anything in this game, I would say the offensive line. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what we can do now. Because the offensive line last season, though, was good versus the pass blocking, the run blocking was atrocious. But we are going into this healthy now, right? So we have everybody on the line healthy entering week 1. Let's see what we can do with a healthy line. We brung back pretty much everybody, right? Cody Ford's back, Mongo's back, Daryl Williams back, right? Same center, which hopefully he doesn't get a concussion. So everybody's back, right? Let's see what we could do versus this Pittsburgh defense. I think if they held out and do their job, we're going to blow them out. I really do.
Okay. I really hope that's what happens. I feel it's going to follow the script more along the lines of it did last year. It's going to be, punch for punch early going on, in the early, and then the second half, we're just going to pull away.
Did the Bills release the depth chart for this game? Like official or no?
I haven't seen the depth chart yet.
Okay.
The official depth chart.
Because I went on their website, but I don't know if it's official yet, but they had Hughes and Addison. I really truly believe it was going to be Hughes and AJ to start the starters, but we'll see. I don't know if they've made it official yet, but I know they got to it. I think by tomorrow, right? They have to put that out.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I would
like to see that, by the way.
Yeah, I think it's going to be Hughes and Addison.
I do, but I prefer AJ, man.
Then AJ and Rousseau as the next wave is what I think is going to end up happening.
Yeah. Rousseau I
think along the D line, it's going to go Hughes and Addison, Oliver and Harry. This is probably going to be our starters.
Yeah.
That's going to roll out.
I think so too, but if it was me, I'd prefer Hughes and AJ, and then Addison coming in. But I mean, it is what it is. I know Rousseau's not gonna, but I think Rousseau will get more reps than you think. I think he's gonna get more. You'll see him a lot more than you think. I think he's ready, man. I do. I think Rousseau's gonna have a pretty damn good season as well.
I'm gonna ask you a fantasy question. Would you go AJ Brown or Darren Waller here?
AJ Brown.
Even though the drop off for tight end is steeper.
I got a sneaky tight end pick that I picked. I picked Pitts later on, and I think he's going to be a beast, man. And I think he's a sneaky pickup for later on in tight end. Him and Gesicki. I got them both in a couple of my leagues, and I think those are both guys that you can get later on, and they're going to kill it. Gesicki, especially Gesicki. I think Gesicki's going to have another really good season. But yeah, bro, Pitts, man. I think Atlanta, man, losing Julio Jones and all they got now is Ridley and him, man. I think he's going to have a monster season for a rookie.
So
Hawkinson too, by the way.
Yeah. I think Hawkinson. I think Noah Fant has a chance to have a big year.
Noah, I would take TJ over Noah. I take TJ over Noah. Lions have no receivers, bro. It's going to be Hawkinson all day, unless he gets hurt. Yeah.
No, I agree. So I'm looking over here in the chat, and a lot of people are talking about the D line and what they're expecting. We have Elliot Eisler coming in here saying that he thinks Obata's going to make some noise. We have people talking about they think it should be Rousseau over Addison all day. So I don't disagree with anybody that's in the chat that's talking about it. I want to see our young guys. I want to see our young guys in there and causing pressure. What I want to see, really, I want to see Epinesa, Oliver, Harry, and Rousseau together. Because those first two games when those four were out on the field together, they were a handful for the starting offensive lines.
No, they looked really good. They did, but preseason, you got it.
It was still their starting offensive line.
I want to do that right away. I think AJ should start though. I think it's the second season. I think he's more ready than like Boogie or like Rousseau right now. But that doesn't mean Rousseau won't get reps. I think he's going to get plenty of snap counts. But no, I think you got to have like Hughes definitely in there. 100%, you got to have Hughes in there.
No,
how many reps will he play in snaps? I don't know.
Yeah.
But bro, imagine a fresh Hughes and a fresh Addison, right? Bro, that's gonna be deadly. That's what I'm saying. Our edge is gonna. This should be, bro, night and day. You know what I mean? Compared to last season. I'm telling you right now, you should be super excited for this defense. Now, of course, you bring up the cornerbacks. I get it. That's one thing too. I was kind of disappointed we didn't address, but I also don't know if it was like emergency. We have to like, oh my God, we're so terrible on cornerback. I think Levi can hold his own, man. I do. And I think Trey obviously is one of the top five in my opinion, cornerback. And I think Dane's on his way up. I think, he's going to be good in time. I just think he needs more reps. And then, bro, we have the best safeties in the league, man.
Yeah.
We have I'm not worried about receivers on this team. We didn't get beat last season like that. We got beat really kind of on the run on our tackles and we getting to the quarterback. That was really the main problem, right? So if you don't get to the quarterback, you let him sit back there for over 3 seconds, 4 seconds. Of course, bro, it doesn't matter who you got back there. A receiver is going to get open. You got to bring that heat. You got to get on that quarterback, man. And that's what we lacked last season. I think now we're bringing it. You'll see a totally different Levi. These quarterbacks are going to have to get rid of the ball in less time now. That's what makes that's why I think our cornerbacks you're going to see a lot more interceptions, I believe, this season from our team because quarterbacks are going to try to force the ball. That's how I see it, man. I do. And that was our downfall last season. And really not even last season. The last 2 or 3, we just have had a tough time getting to the quarterback. So now I think we addressed that, and that's what they wanted to address in the draft.
So speaking of that, so let's move kind of over to we received a new sponsor, and it's mybookie.ag. The promo code is HTS, and down on the scrolling, it's if you go over to mybookie.ag and you use HTS, you will double your first deposit up to $1,000. And with that, I went over and I logged in because I use mybookie.ag now. And I looked at the game spread. It's 6.5 points. Okay. And then the over-under is 48. Me and you were talking before the show. You feel it's going to be over 48. I feel it's going to be under 48. 6.5. Are you comfortable with the 6.5?
No, I think we're gonna wipe them out, man.
So you think it should be more than 6.5? You're thinking more like, 14.
Yeah, I am. Thinking more like 17.
More like 17.
Okay. If you want to give my quick score prediction, I think this game's gonna be something like 42 or 46 to 13, something in that range. Something in the 40s, put it that way. I do. I think we're going to light them up early. I think we're going to have 28 by halftime. Just how I see the game going. Like I said, I think we're going to score fast and often. You score fast and often, those points are easy to come by. I mean, look at last night. What did the Tampa Bay? What was that final score? Tell me. Tampa Bay Dallas.
31-20. Was it 31-28? Or 29? Okay. 31-29, something like that.
That's decent for 2 decent defenses, right? So Dallas brung it last night, and Tampa has a good defense. They still allowed 28-something points, right? I think we're going to light them up. I do. And I think, like I said, I see him scoring about 13 points. I think they're going to score probably a touchdown at the end of the game, third quarter, something like that, and then it's going to be field goals. Couple field goals. And that's it, man. Maybe 16. Maybe they get 3 field goals.
You think the third quarter to get the 13?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, for a touchdown, sure. Maybe they score
Hey,
Maybe they scored
I like
3
yours.
field goals. Why not?
I'm very.
What did they
much
score? Let me ask you. What was the score
the
at halftime?
under?
What was the score at halftime last season? I don't think they scored much last season at half. If you pull that game up. Mike's
remember, but
internet
it was
is
low.
acting
It
up.
was low. I want to say it was like, I think it was like 7. Can you hear me?
Kinda. I think the wildfire is messing with Mike's internet. That or the fantasy league he's in is slowing Mike's AOL.com down.
AOL.com, huh?
Mike,
Nice.
do you need a new CD, an AOL CD to upgrade to AOL 98? What's going on? Here? Mike is super behind. All right, well,
okay.
I have AT&T.
Can you hear me at all?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I don't know what's going on with my internet. Like, I'm hardwired in and everything. It's just weird. But anyways, my prediction for this is 27-17, which I would take the under on that.
It's still an ass whipping, by the way.
Yeah. I truly believe it's going to be much like it was last year. The first half, it's going to be, each throwing jabs at each other. And then the second half, I think we're going to pull away. And I think they're going to get a late touchdown to get the 17.
I don't think so, brother. So you're saying we're going to come out the gate slow? Why? Why would we come out the gate slow? It's another season, right? Josh has gotten better. It's another season of him in the offseason getting better. He has Emmanuel Sanders now, even though whatever with his foot, he'll still play. You got Diggs, Beasley. Everybody is healthy. There is no reason
I don't think it's so much.
We should get off the gate slow. Why would we? You're saying because Josh would be nervous? This isn't Josh of 2019 where the nerves are getting to him. It's the first game. If we were talking in 2019, let's say, I would say, you know what? Or even even last season. Fine, I get it because 2019, man, Josh gets a little hyped up and that sugar Josh, whatever they wanted to call him before, and he makes some early mistakes and then he gets going. I think Josh is past that. I think that sugar Josh is done. And I think what you're going to see is what you saw week 3 in preseason, which is Josh who's confident coming out, getting the ball early to his receivers, his playmakers, and scoring fast. And that's how I see it. And I get what you're saying, but I feel like you're still stuck in this is Josh of 2019, early 2020. It's not. Like, this is another year of Josh maturing. This is another year of Josh getting more weapons. This is another year of being under Brian Daboll's system. Like, there is no way they're coming out the gate slow or Josh is going to be, you're going to see the 2018, 29. I don't think so. What you saw against Green Bay will be exactly what you will see week 1 with even a bigger playbook. And that's scary, bro. So no way we have the same kind of score we did last season when we played Pittsburgh. I'm telling you right now, I would be shocked if we go into halftime and it's a low score. Shocked.
Okay.
Just saying.
And I don't think it's going to be a Josh. I think it's going to come along the lines of where it was in our last preseason game, where we score on our opening drive and then we don't score on our second drive. And I'm not sure if we get a third drive. And if we do get a third drive, we could go down and score again. And then it's 14 at the end of the half. I'm not confident that our defense is going to go 3 and out. I think they're going to be able to play a bend but don't break, and Pittsburgh's going to take up a lot of the clock in the first half.
I don't think so. I don't. I see it totally opposite.
That's fine.
I just do. I just do. I don't see us going a touchdown and then we just let the gas off. They just control the clock, and then we barely score again. And a drag out first half. It's not. I just don't. That's not our style of football. I think our defense is definitely improved from last season when we played them. They're the same team, and they lost offensive linemen, right? So losing offensive linemen, they're probably graded even worse than they were last season. Why couldn't we get to Ben? Why can't we get to the running back more, right, and stop the run? I don't see them controlling any clock. I just don't. So we're going against one of the worst offensive linemen, right? Correct? One of the worst in the league.
We don't know what they are yet. We don't know what they are yet.
They're graded one of the worst. I get we don't know yet, but I'm telling you, they're bad. You're going to see Sunday. I don't care. They're bad. To me, they're bad. Okay, so and we improved. So it's not like you could sit here and say, well, we're the same team as last season on defense. No, that's not the case. That's not. We got Gregory Rousseau. We got AJ who's looking better. We got Harrison Phillips back now. Now, the only guy that I don't like being out, I'll be honest, is Starr. That hurts us a little bit, but that's a shitty offensive line. I'm not worried. I think Harrison Phillips will handle it. I think I just do. You're going to be shocked. Listen, we'll talk after the game, and you're going to go, damn, you're going to be eating your biscuits and gravy going, God, I can't believe they scored 40-something points.
And you know what? I told you from the get-go, I will be happy. I'm just telling you what my expectation is. You have to remember, if you go the third season game, the one that you were just talking about, we had our starting defense out there, and Jordan Love and his second team moved up and down on our starting defense.
On a preseason playbook defense that probably wasn't going all out, I don't think. And even if they drove down the field, I don't felt like they killed the clock, and they still didn't score touchdowns. And they still turned the ball. I don't know. I'm telling you right now, I'm not that preseason don't mean that much to me. It doesn't, because it's very basic vanilla on both sides of the field. What I liked about Josh and the offense was, yes, even though it was very vanilla, you kind of saw that how quick he was getting the ball out. He was going to his playmakers early. I liked the fact that he wasn't missing his targets. Usually Josh, like I said, sometimes Sugar Josh in the past would overthrow a receiver, underthrow a receiver early. That's how we got 3 and outs. I felt like Josh he looked so calm in that game. It just tells me week 1, it's going to be the Josh you see, man. Calm, getting to the players, the playmakers, and letting them do their job, man. I don't even see Josh running like crazy this season. I don't. I think we have enough receiver talent on this team that we're just going to light them up, man. I just do. So, like I said, we'll see, right? But that's how I see the game going, man. I think Pittsburgh's in trouble. Like I said, man. Now, look, week 2, we'll talk about week 2. Now, that's I think a little different when we go against the Dolphins. I think they're better than Pittsburgh, in my opinion. So we'll see how that goes. But right now, we're talking about Pittsburgh. I think Pittsburgh offensive line will not be able to contain the rush. And I don't think they're good enough to block good for Najee Harris anyway. So I'm not worried about that. That's how I feel. Now, how is your draft going? Tell me that you got the Patriots defense.
I don't know what I have. Like I've been trying to pay attention to it. I just tried to draft someone and wouldn't let me draft them. So
did you get Tua? What's going on?
I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on.
Mike's done already.
But anyways, let's I don't know. So I do. I have a 27-17 at the end of that's my prediction. We have your prediction. So we'll go ahead and start wrapping this up. We want to thank Mr. Rogers Homes for sponsoring us like he does every week. We appreciate all that he does for #sports.
No doubt.
And Tommy, we will stay in touch and we will talk during the game. I'll be interested to see which way it comes out.
Oh, no doubt. Super chat missed, somebody says, by the way. You missed one, Mike.
We missed a super chat?
Yes, man.
I'm sorry. I'm doing multiple things over here.
My gosh,
Scott,
you better pop that up, man. Matthew
I will as soon as I can get to
Harmon.
it.
See, Matthew, I see you, brother. Got this guy over here eating biscuits, gravy and biscuits, preparing his biscuit
I'm
meal
trying
Sunday.
to do a draft and run this thing.
Guys, doing a draft, preparing biscuits and gravy, and talking to you guys. This is what I'm talking about. Here we go.
Man, this thing is being weird. Okay.
There we go.
Scott Blakely, sorry about that.
Scott.
This was Scott's. How are we going to stop the run? Let's talk about it. To me, the white elephant in the chat here. The run. How are we going to stop the run? I think we did talk a little bit about that, didn't we?
We did.
When we started talking about how you don't trust their offensive line.
No, I don't.
They are starting 2 rookies, 2 second-year guys, and a free agent. And it's not even high price rookies. And thank you, Scott, for the super chat. I apologize that I missed it. I am running multiple things on my end, so I apologize.
Bill said your super chat's gonna arrive through AOL.
Oh, and was there another super chat in here?
I don't know, man.
Did I miss another one?
Mikey's a busy man. All right, guys. The AOL messing up, the biscuits and gravy mixing, the draft, tailgate talk. Man, you see what Mikey does.
I put this one on Paul. I put this one on Paul, who set up this draft right during my live stream, and he laughed at me.
All right, we got to talk to Paul about getting you AOL 99. Let's move you up from the 98 or whatever version you're on, okay? All right, we're done because Mikey's internet is god awful. Listen, can we do a GoFundMe for Mikey's internet connection? Can we? Can we start a GoFundMe on #Nation to get Mikey better, reliable internet service for the tailgate talk? Oh my god. So bad. All right. See, Mike's doing like max headroom over here. Like, this is what's going on. All right, you're just gonna have to end it, max headroom. Let's end this. Hey, I guess I'll do the outro. Thank you guys for watching Tailgate Talk every Friday at 7:30. Mikey will get AOL 99. You best believe it. Next week, he will be faster and stronger than ever on the internet service. And we are out. Peace.